Today, what we'll be looking at here is one figure in the Onell design, a Gylos series. This one right here, and one of many things it's capable of doing in terms of building. Onell design Phaseon, today on World of Stuff. The Phaseon started life as one of the Beantown figures, as the Beantown Beanbot. It had a very similar aesthetics here. Obviously didn't have these tampographs, and it had a very different head. It had more of a cartoonish, like a nubbin with very big eyes. It also had a vehicle that was a spoon. But essentially the Beantown series kind of died down, but the Phaseon remained, at least in its basic formation, with a new head, this little dome here, and Onell's been running with it ever since. The set itself does contain 14 parts, so you can get a fair amount of building with it on its own. But with a few extra sets and a little imagination, you come up with a lot more. If you have this hub set right here, you can turn the Phaseon into the advanced Phaseon. Yes, it is definitely looking like a more robust build now, isn't it? Obviously, you got to have a bit of a backpack there, but overall, not a bad design at all. However, if you add another hub set, you can have what is known as the High Phaseon. Now that's spelled H-I-Phaseon, not H-I-G-H, because obviously it's not as tall as the advanced Phaseon, but it is taller than the normal Phaseon. Let's see here. Get a little. There we go. Okay, yes. Now, with each hub set, you get a very different aesthetic here, and amazingly, this does use all the parts for each hub set and each Phaseon added to it. But one thing I have created on my own design, it does leave some spare parts, but it does work quite well, is that if you do have another couple of hub sets on the Phaseon, you can create a three-wheeler. Yes, it's a little silly, but it is compatible with your Gylos figures. Eventually, getting them to sit in can be a bit of a challenge, but let's see. Almost there. There we go. Yeah, this initially started out as a motorcycle type design, but basically, due to limitation of parts at the time and, well, physics, I kind of had to make some adjustments here. But still, it works pretty good for what it is. And it does give you at least a vehicle option to work with as well, so that's always something. Now, a quick note about the hub set itself. It does contain 13 parts, so you can use them to do other things than just to beef up your Phaseon here. I have seen quite a few creative things done with hub sets, at least I myself with 2 hub sets, a couple of joints that's called swing joints. I'll probably show those off at another time. And with axis joint sets, essentially a split ball swivel set, you can indeed create a character in and of itself, which is interesting. Then there's something that I created, another thing I created here, involving 2 axis joint sets, 2 hub sets, and the Phaseon. What I refer to as the Hyper Phaseon. Yeah, there is a great deal of design similarity between them here. Now, obviously they're pretty easy to see where the new parts went off to. This is essentially the version 2 of the Hyper Phaseon. The version 1 was basically just the additional hub set and the 2 axis joints stacked on essentially this. This actually works out a little bit better, gives them more of a stockier and much more appropriate proportion that looks a little bit different than this one, than the advanced Phaseon here. And also, if you so choose, you can have several different versions of the Phaseon together, including your own creation if you so choose, standing right next to each other for a 360 view. And have a nice little collection. Here we go. Realize that's probably kind of superfluous having this additional shot here, but in case you're actually trying to want to emulate the build itself or build upon it, helps if you can see everything. I know that sometimes builders don't always show everything from the back end, so you know how it's all connected, either as a trade secret or because they just don't think of it. But right now, here's what an axis joint looks like. Again, a cut swap ball joint here, so you can get a lot of different points of articulation. You can also see where this set of parts also adds on to here. And here is what a swing joint set looks like so. And you can definitely see where 4 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of these can go to create a figure. Well, if you have imagination, I imagine you could. But that wraps up this particular overview of the Phaseon. So you can do quite a bit with them, and depending on if you're getting any extras, you can do quite a bit more. But that's entirely up to you. If you would like to hear more about Gylos and what it's capable of doing, leave a comment below so I can have an idea as to what I can do next. Anyway, I'm the Deceptive Wolf. This has been the Onell Design Phaseon, and I bid you good night.